The training field was a crucible of sweat and grit, the Virginia sun scorching the earth like it had a vendetta. Recruits grunted through push-ups, their breaths puffing dust into the air, while drill instructors barked orders sharp enough to cut steel. At the edge of the pack, Private First Class Mara Quinn moved with quiet precision, her frame smaller than most, her face set in a mask of focus. The others mocked her as slight, too soft-spoken, a city girl who'd surely crack. Under pressure? "Hey Quinn, you sure you didn't sign up for the typing pool?" A recruit sneered, his buddies snickering as they hauled gear. Mara didn't flinch, her eyes fixed on the obstacle course ahead. She'd heard it all before the taunts, the bets she'd wash out by week's end.
What?
But beneath her sweat-soaked shirt, hidden from their jeers, was a tattoo, a phoenix rising from a shattered dagger.
What?
Its wings spread across her back, inked in scars and secrets. They laughed because they didn't know. Commander Ethan Holt, watching from the sidelines, was about to see something that would stop him cold. Mara wasn't built for attention. Raised in the shadow of Chicago's high-rises, she'd learned to be invisible, blending into foster homes, dodging trouble, surviving. The army was her escape, a chance to forge something solid from a life of fragments.
Oh, but
training at Fort Campbell was brutal, a meat grinder for the weak, and her platoon saw her as easy prey. "Because she's got no fight in her," they whispered. During mess hall breaks, their voices loud enough to carry. "Bet she quits before the live fire drill." Mara let them talk, her hands steady as she cleaned her rifle. Her mind replaying lessons learned not in classrooms, but in alleys and safe houses. The tattoo wasn't just art. It was a marker of a mission she wasn't supposed to survive. Covert Op erased from every record but her skin. She'd earned it in a jungle halfway across the world, where her team call sign Ember had taken down a warlord's stronghold. The cost was high. 3 teammates lost, her own body broken, and a discharge that left her a ghost. Now, a second chance at enlistment had brought her here. But the past was never far behind. The drill instructors were relentless, their shouts a constant drumbeat. "Move, Quinn, you're holding up the line," Staff Sergeant Vargas bellowed. As Mara scaled a rope wall, her arms burning, but never faltering, the other recruits smirked, tossing barbs about her size, her silence. What's she hiding under that shirt? A map to the snack bar? The laughter stung, but Mara's focus was ironclad. She'd faced worse than taunts, gunfire, betrayal, the weight of orders that haunted her dreams. During a break, she sat apart, sipping water, her shirt clinging to her back. A recruit, Private Dawson, leaned in, his grin cruel. "With you, Quinn, too good to talk, or just scared?" She met his gaze, her voice low but steady. "I'm here to train, not to entertain you." The words silenced him, but the challenge in her eyes sparked something uneasy in the group. They didn't know what she carried, but they felt it. Commander Ethan Holt wasn't supposed to be at the training grounds that day. A decorated officer with a reputation for spotting potential, he was there on a whim, inspecting the new batch of recruits. His eyes scanned the field, noting form, discipline, grit. Mara caught his attention not for her speed or strength, but for the way she moved, like someone who'd been under fire before. During a water break, the recruits stripped off their outer shirts to cool down, and Mara's tank top revealed the edge of her tattoo, a phoenix's wing, its feathers sharp and deliberate, curling over her shoulder. Holt froze, his clipboard forgotten. He knew that mark not from training manuals or barracks gossip, but from a classified briefing years ago. A mission called Emberfall, a team that vanished, and a tattoo that marked survivors who were never supposed to exist. "Private Quinn," he called, his voice cutting through the chatter. The recruit stilled, sensing a shift. "Step forward." Mara complied, her posture rigid, her eyes wary but unyielding. The platoon watched, expecting a reprimand. Instead, Holt circled her, his gaze locked on the tattoo's edge. "Turn around," he ordered, his tone quieter now, almost reverent. She hesitated, then obeyed, lifting her tank top just enough to reveal the full phoenix, its dagger shattered. Beneath fiery wings etched with scars that told a story of survival, The recruit's laughter died. Holt's face paled, not with confusion, but with recognition. "Where did you get that?" he asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Mara's reply was steady, unflinching. "Where do you think, sir?" Air crackled with unspoken questions. Holt stepped closer, his eyes searching hers. "Emberfall," he murmured, the word a ghost between them. "You're one of them." The platoon was silent now, the earlier mockery replaced by confusion and awe. Dawson shifted uncomfortably, his bravado gone. Vargas, the drill instructor, stepped forward, sensing something beyond his clearance. "Sir?" he ventured. Holt didn't look at him. "This recruit," he said, his voice gaining strength, "is no ordinary soldier. That tattoo marks a member of Ember Team, a unit that took down a warlord's empire and paid in blood for it." He turned to the platoon, his gaze searing. "You laughed at her? Doubted her? But she's walked through hell you can't imagine." Mara stood still, the weight of her past exposed, her tattoo a blazing truth. Holt's voice softened, directed at her now. Didn't you say anything?" "Nice." She met his eyes, her answer simple. "I don't fight for recognition, sir. Fight to finish what I started." The training ground felt different now, the air charged with respect. Holt pulled a folded document from his pocket, its edges worn, stamped with a black seal. "This is your file, Quinn. Declassified this morning. Thought Ember was gone, but you're proof it's not." He handed it to her, his fingers brushing the paper with something like reverence. The recruits watched, some whispering, others staring at Mara with new eyes. Vargas cleared his throat. "Platoon, fall in. Show some damn respect." They snapped to attention, their movements sharper, their eyes on Mara. She didn't smile, didn't gloat. She tucked the file under her arm and returned to her place, ready for the next drill. But the story didn't end there. Word of Mara's past spread like wildfire across the base, then beyond. Recruits who'd mocked her now sought her advice, their taunts replaced by questions about survival, grit, and courage. Holt took her aside later, his voice low. "They're watching you now, Quinn. Not just here, higher up. Emberfall's enemies are still out there." Mara nodded, her tattoo tingling under her skin. "Let them watch. I'm not hiding anymore." The phoenix on her back wasn't just a mark, it was a warning, a promise that she'd rise again, no matter the odds. Her story hit X, sparking debates about forgotten heroes, erased records, and the price of service. A movement grew veterans, demanding their truths be told, recruits vowing to honor those who came before. Mara didn't care about the spotlight. She cared about the mission, the team she'd lost, and the fight she'd finish. If this stirs you, share it. Tell someone about the phoenix, the dagger, and the woman who carried them both. Be the voice that says, "She's real." Don't stop here. Start now.